Hello, how are you? This is Yunetta Spring of Springforth Counseling, and today is Self-Care Saturday, and it's also the theme for the month is December decisions. So one of the posts I put up today is Self-Care Saturday, you decide, right? So I put that post up in efforts to encourage you to decide what you wanted to do to take care of yourself today, right? How do you want to engage in self-care? But one thing that I was thinking about or considering is that sometimes it is difficult to decide what we would like to do for self-care, right? So I wanted to kind of share some possible reasons why it could be hard for you to decide how to care for yourself, all right? So number one is you don't get to take breaks often, all right? So if breaks aren't handed to you freely, and you have a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things that you're responsible for, you may not get the opportunity to take breaks, or you may not take the opportunity to take breaks often. Everyone's life is set up differently. So if you are constantly busy and you're constantly on the go and you're constantly responsible for people, whether it be your jobs, your children, your family members, whatever the case may be, self-care may not come easy because it doesn't come free. It doesn't come often, right? And if it's foreign, it's unfamiliar, it may be harder for you to kind of figure out how to take care of yourself because you don't really have the opportunity too often. So that could be the first reason. All right. Number two is you grew up with the skewed perspective of what self-care was, or self-care was non-existent in the way that you were raised. So if you have a skewed perspective of self-care, if you grew up in an environment where self-care was frowned upon, or it was viewed as being lazy, or if it was not valued, or you saw like pivotal people or key people in your life who did not engage in self-care, then it could be very difficult to even wrap our minds around being able to care for ourselves because that's not how we were raised, okay? So that could be a reason why self-care is a struggle for you as well. All right, and number three is it's overwhelming, okay? So self-care can be overwhelming, and self-care can also be uncomfortable. If you are typically in go mode, right? There are different terminologies we can use for that, but if you are constantly like in the anxious part of your brain, or you're in bottom brain and you're constantly moving and you don't rest or reset, resting can be uncomfortable. Anything that's unfamiliar, our brain oftentimes interprets that as dangerous. And if you are constantly on go mode, when you rest and relax, your brain is going to be like, hey, wait, what are we doing? We don't do that. Something bad is bound to happen if I sit down. And that's kind of like the internal message that happens sometimes. So being aware that if you are constantly moving and active, then it can be physically and mentally uncomfortable to take a break. All right. So number four is you feel guilty or unworthy. So oftentimes self-care is linked to our sense of self, our sense of value, our self-esteem, all of that, our self-love, all of that can be wrapped in how we care for ourselves. So sometimes we have this underlying belief that in order for me to rest, I have to achieve a certain thing, or rest has to be deserved by earning it. Like I have to earn the right to rest. And I just want to let you guys know you do not have to earn a right to rest. Rest is your birthright. Rest is something that our body needs, and we do not have to do anything to prove that we are worthy of resting. Resting is something that we just all need. It's just a natural function, okay? All right, so last but not least, and I probably could give you 5 more reasons, but we're just gonna stop at 5, is you think it is a waste of time. So oftentimes we can view rest as counterproductive. We can view rest as a waste of time. We can view rest as being lazy. We can take a break and then look at, I could have got like all of these different things while I was taking a break. Rest is essential. I can't stress that enough. It is not a waste of time. It is actually a very good a wise use of your time, right? If you're wanting to be productive and get something done, you actually will. Research supports that you really are more productive once you've given your body enough time and space to rest. So that is the 5 reasons why people oftentimes struggle with self-care. And I wanted to share that. If you feel like any of those reasons resonate with you, let me know. You can share a comment. Let me know if there's another reason why you struggle with self-care. And I don't want to just highlight the barriers, but I also want to highlight some possible solutions. So if you have anything that's helped you to develop a better self-care practices, let me know. I'm currently in the process. Y'all know I'm always thinking ahead. So I am in the process of working on something to develop and to provide to you all as a resource. If you feel like you identify with any of these 5 reasons why it's hard to care for yourself, we want to be able to offer you a solution to that, okay? You're not alone. You're not by yourself. I got you, all right? So feel free to like, share, and follow Springforth Counseling. Feel free to comment on this post. If you're a new follower, I want to all right, and that's all I got. So I hope you enjoy your self-care Saturday. I am about to hop out and do a few things just to kind of get out the house. Nothing major, nothing strenuous, nothing that feels like work. While I'm sipping my tea. What kind of tea y'all like? This is chamomile tea. It helps me feel calm. I think it has calming elements in it. So, sip my tea, get out, and enjoy my self-care Saturday. I hope y'all do the same. Okay, is it me? But when you hear this, do you think of like Get Out, the movie Get Out? I do. Every time I stir my tea, I think about that movie.